Hi, this is How To's. In this video we are going to see how you can get a data from a separate sheet into one single sheet. We are going to get the data from separate sheet using Vlookup formula. Vlookup is one of the most important and widely used formula in Excel. To understand how to use Vlookup formula, consider this example data which shows employee ID's name and their salaries. And we have another sheet which has only the employee details like age, gender, their department, etc. What we are going to do here is we will get the Department of Employees from Employee Details sheet to this Employee Salaries sheet. So, let's start. To use Vlookup, one of the most important prerequisite is that we have a common attribute in both the sheets, tables, etc. What I mean by common value is that the data in both the sheets should have a common attribute. Like in my case, we have employee ID common in employee salaries sheet as well as employee details sheet. If you don't have a common attribute, then you cannot use Vlookup. So, please check this before starting to use the formula. Another thing that you have to take care before using the formula is that the common attribute is on the leftmost side. As you can see here, employee ID is on the left side on both the sheets. To use the Vlookup formula, type equal to Vlookup and press tab. Then first select the common attribute, which in my case is the employee ID. After selecting the employee ID, type comma. You are going to use employee ID, which is the common attribute, to find the required data in the second sheet. Then go to second sheet, which in my case is the employee details, and select the range that you are going to use to search the data that you want. In my case, I will only select till third column, as I only need department, like this. Or, I can directly select the columns for which data I need. This comes in very handy when you are working on a big data. If I also wanted age and gender of employees, then I would have selected till column E. If you want, you can select as a bigger range of data as you want, as long as the data that you need, in my case employee department, falls in that range, and your common attribute is on the leftmost side. After selecting the range, enter comma again. Once you have selected the range, enter the column number for the data that you want, like in my case I want employee department, which falls in the third column, that is counting column number from employee ID, 1, employee name, 2, and finally employee department which I want. Enter 3 and then type comma again. The last thing that you want to enter in the formula syntax is 0 or 1. In most of the cases when you use Vlookup, you will enter 0 here, as this gives you the exact match for the common attribute. You will use 1 when you don't want to have exact match, but only approximate match, which will rarely be the case. Hit enter after entering 0, and with that, you have entered the whole Vlookup formula. As you can see, I have got the department for this employee ID in this sheet. If I drag this cell to all the rows, I will get the department for all the employees. So this is how you can use the Vlookup formula and can get a data from a separate sheet. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something new today. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video.